Lawrence, you focus on the role that indeed President Trump played in the spread of this virus. I'm going to read from your piece here. Quote, Trump, by his words and his example, became not a leader but a saboteur. He subverted his health agencies by installing political operatives who meddled with the science and suppressed the truth. His crowded, unmasked political rallies were reckless acts of effrontery. In his Tulsa speech, he said that he'd ask his health officials to, quote, slow the testing down, impeding data collection just to make his administration look better. When the inevitable happened and he contracted the disease, he almost certainly spread it. Every guest at the Barrett reception tested negative for the virus before entering. Trump may well have been the super spreader at the Rose Garden event. And Lawrence, we know that wasn't the only one. Election night, there was a party in the West Wing as well, where a number of cases have been traced. Walk us through a little more about how the president failed. You mentioned masks, and I know people around him say that's their biggest second guess of this entire year, that if he, in March or April, had come out strongly for mask wearing, not only would that have cut down the number of infections dramatically across the country, because he would have set this example, but perhaps reversed his own political fortunes. But beyond masks, where else did President Trump let down his country in response to this pandemic?
Well, there are two items I would point to. One is the politicization of our health agencies. It's just... for instance, just one example, Michael Caputo was appointed to be the chief spokesperson for the Health and Human Services Department, which oversees the CDC and the FDA and the NIH, all of our premier agencies. And who is this guy? He is Roger Stone's best friend. One example is that he decided to come up with a PR campaign that would defeat despair and help our president help us, sort of a Jerry Maguire line. And so he snatched $300 million out of the CDC budget to finance this, what turned out to be an aborted campaign. But that's an example of the kind of politicization of the messaging that was so critical in helping. It would have been so helpful for Americans to have straight talk from their health leaders from the beginning. But the Trump administration turned those agencies into captive organizations. The other thing that signal failure occurred in March on a telephone call with the nation's governors. The 50 governors were on a call with the president, and he was saying, we're behind you and so on. But then he spelled out what that means. As for PPE and other things, you should get it yourselves. And the governors were totally unprepared for this. Instead of having one great pandemic sweeping our country, we had 50. Each of these governors had to invent on the spot their own plan. And like Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, told me they only had enough PPE for the next shift. They were already totally out. There was no, the governor of Rhode Island, she asked for a shipment of PPE from the National Storehouse, and they sent her an empty truck. The absence of a national plan meant that we were crippled from the beginning.
Mike Barnicle, it is just so infuriating to hear. And for a president so consumed with his legacy, it's hard to imagine anything else could be it other than this. I know you've read the piece and marveled over it just as I have. Please take a question for Lawrence.